What is going on with my light?
Do you want your ring light?
It's just weird and washed out. Can you close the blinds? Maybe that'll help.
Sure.
We'll see if anybody shows up. And if they don't know, it's weird. Maybe. Ha! Fixed it. It was a weird setting.
Gotcha.
We good. Well, no one's logging on, but we're still gonna get going. Show live chat. Alright, so I have decided that while my daughter is taking a nap, I'm gonna do some New Year's Eve makeup. So I don't know who is logged on. It's probably my sister. So if you're here, let me know who you are. And I'm gonna get on so I can see the chat a little better. Alright, and then we'll get started doing some makeup. Alright, here we go. So, it's New Year's Eve day, and I thought that we could just do a quick little get together, see what we could come up with last minute, since I don't have anything planned for tonight. Well, I do have plans for tonight. I'm going over to my parents' house with my husband and my daughter, and we will hop to it. So this is kind of a little get ready with me type of video. So let's get started. I'm going to go in first with my Too Faced Primed and Peachy on my face. And I know we can all see that I still have this explosion on my lip, but what I'm going to do with that is I'll do that area last as I'm doing my makeup so I can cover over it. That way I'm not moving my brush from this spot to any other part of my face. But I'm not going to miss New Year's Eve makeup since I had to miss Christmas makeup because of this and because of pink eye. So there we go. So I've primed my face. And the next thing I am going to do is I am going to go in with my MAC paint pot on my eyelid. It's that soft ochre color. And now I'll really get to see how I do my eyebrows, since I know that that is something that people have been asking for. And I do have a video that I still need to edit from a couple weeks ago, but the holidays have just been mad. And it's so hard to get a chance to sit down and get ready to go. And I have so much going on right now that I'm kind of delayed in it all. So I'm sure everybody understands, considering the time of year it is. I see that there are 3 people watching right now. Let me know who you are. Say hi so I know who's watching. And I'm going to slowly start getting my little bits and bobs out as we're going. So before I do my eyebrows so they don't get powdery, I'm going to take my... Oh, hey, Hannah. How are you? How was your Christmas? I'm going to go in with my Sephora Pro Featherweight Powder Brush. Hey, Alexis. How are you?
I'm great. I've been thinking about what makes...
I don't know if you can hear that, Alexis. My Alexa is talking. Alexa, stop. So that was an added bonus today. All right. So I don't know how well it translates over the internet, but I don't have gray hair anymore. I now have chestnut colored hair because that gray was impossible to maintain, and it was just making my hair look dried out and frizzy and unfortunate, so I gave up on it and decided to go a little closer to my natural color. I went a little darker than my natural color to make do for some fading. Where is every kind of spoolie brush in the world except for the one I want? Way too many brushes. There it is. Alright, now that I've darkened my hair though, the taupe colored dip brow doesn't work as well, so we're going to go in with the medium brown. Hold on. See if I can get that to focus. That'll work. Alright. I love that that happens to you too. That's funny. I don't know if anybody read that story of the person who got their aunt a Google Home, and their aunt already had the Amazon one. I'm not saying her name so she doesn't talk anymore. And it, they asked Google Home what they thought of her, and said that that Google Home liked its blue light, and then the Amazon one goes, "Thank you," and that's a little too spacey for comfort. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my eyebrows. I'm gonna bring my mirror a little closer to me and hopefully not move my phone on its tripod. All right. So first I'm going to go through with the spoolie brush, and I'm going to use the Anastasia double-ended brush. So you got the ankle brush and the spoolie brush on the other side. And I have just been terrible with my follow-through on filming videos through this season, but obviously I have not forgotten my channel. It's just been crazy. Oh, nice, Paul. Really? Paul's watching me. He said herp derp. He's a nice guy. That one.
Herpa derpa.
I don't know why Paul is going to watch me do makeup. Paul, are you looking for makeup tips, honey?
Probably because he wants to see exactly what you do.
So I'm going to outline the brow first. And usually what I'll do is I'll dip it in the dip brow, and then I'll tap off a little bit of the excess in here so it's not just a big blob, because that's what I'm trying to avoid. Learning is always good. That's true, Paul. Learning is always good. Although I don't know how you're going to parlay this into any of the things I know you're working on. So you guys can talk to me while I do this. I'm pretty good at focusing on more than one thing, and it's funny because I have my computer up in the background and I'm seeing myself do everything about 3 or 4 seconds behind when I'm seeing it on my phone or in person. So that's amusing to me. Well, people constantly say that there's no content here that suits their interest. That happens because I do not try new things. Now I've faded out in an effort to see people interested. And that's true. You're very right. A lot of people, I mean, I find a million things things to like on YouTube. So if people say that there's no content, they're just not looking the right way. There's so many different kinds of YouTubers and different kinds of channels to watch. Alright, I think. Alright, so let's get real and how my eyebrows actually look. So here we go. You can see right here, it's all jagged and crazy. Same with down here. Up here's okay. This is okay. But you can definitely see that right here, it's just not so clean. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Shape Tape in Fair Natural or Neutral, and I'm going to put it on my little metal palette that's down here. Oh, that's funny, Alexis. I like that. And then I'm going to use my crazy little double-ended brush, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut this brow out and then show you the difference and show you exactly how I get good brows. But the brows always take me the longest. Everything else I can do just fine. That's true, Paul. A lot of the, there's a lot more than just glamour makeup, even though that's what I do. It's a whole lot of, ew, it's girl stuff kind of mentality about it, especially in the gaming community. Because, you know, girls have cooties and are gross. Alright. So now we can go in and we can see it's all nice and straight and clean, which is usually how I go through and do my brows. So I'm going to go ahead real quick and get the one that hates me, because my left brow hates me. My right brow always comes out fantastic. My left brow always looks like a child with a giant marker did it at first. I don't know what I'm going to do with my eye makeup right now. I have so many palettes and so many things I want to play with. And then there is always the, hold on, I'm reading your thing, Paul. The real problem is the little... Yeah, exactly. You're right, Paul. That kind of is very, very true. You're right. There's not a lot of respect for the art in what women do to their faces. And some men. I'm not going to immediately disclude all men. If disclude is a word and I don't know right now. Usually I have enough time when I say things like that to go and look and correct it and then put it in a blooper reel, but that is not happening today. There will be no blooper reel today. This whole thing is a blooper reel. Eyebrows take such a long amount of time to fill them in the right way. It could be. It worked for Bugs Bunny, Paul. Face powder could be a smoke bomb or any kind of bomb. And if it worked for Bugs Bunny, why couldn't it work for everything else? Bugs Bunny was amazing before he got consumerized and ruined before Warner Brothers got so money hungry that they kind of lost their way with him. He was cool. Bugs Bunny was just too cool. Dressing up as Carmen Miranda. And just generally everyone was okay with that. No one had an issue with that. Bugs Bunny was always neat. Alright, let's go ahead and clean this. Okay, look. See? Hairy, scary, appropriate looking, generally the kind of shape that I'm looking for. So same thing, going with the shape tape. Line it out, cut it out. And then I take this one and kind of blend it out. If that doesn't work, I go in with my finger. And then I spend entirely too long trying to get them to look more like sisters and less like third cousins twice removed. And you know what? To everybody that knows anything about palettes, I'm going to give you a couple choices. Because I know I think I'm going to do a glitter cut crease. I think that will be something that's a little fun. But I am going to give you guys some choices as to colors. If I can get this thing to open. Anthony, in our bedroom there's that box from Hush. Can you get the Natasha Denona palette out of there? So, welcome to whoever just joined on us on my counts. And I'm trying to narrow down what eye palette I'm going to do after I get my foundation on, before I do everything else. So, this one is one that I got for Christmas from my mom. And there are some fun colors in here that would make interesting shades for tonight. And I was thinking that might be fun. Or we could go daring. And we could go with Subculture, which apparently has a big old gash out of it in a color I haven't used. So that's exciting. So I could do that one. And then, did you find the box? Then there's my Natasha Denona Lila palette that I got for Christmas as well. And it's going to be one of those palettes. I just haven't decided. And then I am definitely going to do some kind of glitter cut crease on my eyes. So if anybody has any opinions, speak now or forever hold your peace. Alright, it's foundation time. So, and the foundation's going on my palette. And then I'm going to, I apply my foundation with a brush. I used to use a, glitter is the gift that keeps on spreading, Paul, only if you don't use the right glitter primer, because that's a thing. Alright, and for everybody who doesn't know what Natasha Denona, the Lila palette, looks like, she looks like that. Yeah, I've been trying to work with the Subculture palette this week to see if I can get myself used to it. Alright. And I'm using my Sigma F80? Yes. Brush. The pink one that went to breast cancer research. It's funny because, Paul, I know what you're saying about people having a hard time making glitter adhere. But there is such a thing as glitter primer for just these occasions. Yeah, but you'd think someone that was doing wild makeup or cosplay makeup would take a second to see if there's anything that helps glitter stick to a face. Because I have a glitter primer, and I'm going to use legitimate glitter on my eyelid to pack onto my eyelid with my finger, and it's going to stick. It'll stay there all night until I wash it off, because I have done it before.
I would almost suggest that you do a live shot before we take the makeup off and everything to show them how it looks.
I will. An end of the night thing to put on.
Yep.
My husband was suggesting that at the end of the night before I wash my face, to do a picture of what it looks like at the end of the night, as far as the glitter and what my fallout looks like. All right. And after all that is on, yeah, no, you're right. Glitter cannot be applied to the face the way it would be applied to like an arm or anything else, because the skin on your face is a lot more sensitive. All right. And now that I've got my foundation on, I'm going to put my Shape Tape under my eye. Just to kind of brighten up my under eye. And now that that is on, I'm going to take my RCMA powder and I'm going to re-powder and set my foundation to my face so it doesn't run. So there's that. Jerry, I heard about the RCMA powder from Wayne Goss. It's only got 4 different ingredients, but one of them is talc. So if you don't like it as an ingredient, I wouldn't use it. But he recommended it over the Laura Mercier one, which I know a lot of people have an issue with. But his logic is that he prefers the RCMA to Laura Mercier because Laura Mercier powder has cornstarch, and cornstarch can encourage the spread of bacteria on your face and cause more breakouts, as well as spreaded staph infections. So that is definitely something to think about if you are a fan of the Laura Mercier powder. But I like the RCMA because it's $12 for this thing, and you get 3 ounces of product in it. I got it off of Beautylish. It got me lickety split. It was, it's got no flashback. It doesn't wipe me out. Now mind you, I'm part of the Casper Club, so there is that. But I don't get a lot of flashback on anything, but I prefer it. I've used both the Kat Von D powder and the Laura Mercier. I just prefer the RCMA, mostly probably because of the value in how much you get out of it. Alright, so Alexis voted, and I don't think Jerry got to see the palette choices for today, so I'll let her weigh in too. I have 3 palettes that I want to play with today. Subculture, from Anastasia, which looks like this, and everybody knows is the bitchiest, finickiest palette on the market. Natasha Denona, the Lila palette, and these are all palettes I got for Christmas. And my Too Faced Best Year Ever palette. So, if there's one that you would like to see, Jerry, let me know. Or Hannah, you can vote too if you're still on. I know what you're saying about cheap talc. This particular brand, RCMA, RCMA means the Research Council of Makeup Artists. So it's not just some no-name brand, and a lot of makeup artists use it. So there's that. Jerry, do you have any say? Otherwise, we're going to subculture because that is what Alexis had suggested. Is she awake? Well, she can wait until we're done. I'll give you a minute more, and then we can move on to the eyeshadow. I'll start pulling my eyeshadow brushes while we're waiting on any last minute. I know Paul isn't going to vote because Paul doesn't have an opinion on what makeup I use, just so much that it's makeup. Oh, you have no idea, Paul, about sketchy makeup products and the things that we all hear, like direct knockoffs. And I'm not talking about dupes, I'm talking about knockoffs that use downright despicably dangerous things in them in order to knock off another product. It's disgusting. So we have all of our brushes picked, and if nobody has any opinions about what eyeshadow I will use outside of Alexis voting subculture, alright, then definitely, since it's 2 votes and both of you voted for subculture, I will go ahead and do that. Let me put the other 2 palettes up and out of my way. Alright, so since I'm going to do a glitter cut crease today, I'm thinking either I'm going to go with the greens or the browns and the reds. So either I'll go in with this one, and this one, or this one, and this one. Let's see which one. And I will use a different palette for all over my lid because there's just a color I like for that. I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Peachy Mattes palette and go in with Peach Butter on my double-ended Tarte brush that I love so very, very much. And I just do that to kind of seal up my anything that may have gotten onto my lid. Alright, and next I'm going to take this Morphe S27 brush, and I think I'm going to go into Roxy, which is this one right here, and very lightly, wowza, tapped off the excess, and let's see what this does. What I have learned from the last couple of days of using this palette, as much as I have, is that you have to blend, and just be very patient with it. And then I'm going to use my cheap Target fluffy brush to blend it in. I kind inspired by the tones anymore. I'm just bored because everything is so warm. So that's why I keep pushing myself into it. I do a lot of purples. And I'm just going to go back and forth over my crease a lot as I pack this color in. And then I'm going to go back and blend it with this other brush. So you can kind of see this does have good payoff. It's not a bad palette. It's just super finicky. What do you mean, Paul, about it being, I mean, warm tones are warm. There are cool reds that are more purpley, and you can tell have more blue in them, and then there's warmer ones that are more yellowy and kind of ruddy. So, I mean, and generally speaking, we all agree as a community what a warm tone and a cool tone is. I'm going to go back in with Roxy on this brush, which is my Sigma E38. And you can see that's just going to deposit the color. It's smaller than the other brush I was using, and that's just going to deposit a larger amount of color. And then I'm only going to drag it from the outside edge into here. Well, the thing about color, Paul, is it's wildly subjective to begin with. And everybody's eyes interpret things as different ways, so that is part of it. But I could show you that, hold on, this palette, the Naked Heat palette, that's a warm tone palette. There are some cooler shades. This one's cooler. This one's cooler, but predominantly that's a warm palette. So, lasers. We're not using lasers for makeup. Whereas my Too Faced Bonbons palette, that's a cooler tone palette. Even though that's a pink, that's a really cool tone pink. That's a cool tone brown. So there's just, and generally speaking, that's pretty accepted across the board. And my other phone is going off now. Oh, emails. Very thrilling. My God, my hair is really shiny in this light. I am not mad at it. Now we're just going to blend. Alright. Now that I have that, I'm going to take this same brush and I'm going to go into this color called Fudge. Tap it just a little and tap off the excess. And just kind of run it halfway. And then blend it. I'm going to take a little more densely, not that one, this one. I don't know where this one's from anymore. I can't read it, but it looks like that. So I'm just going to hit this with the outer corner. I do it on the other side too. And, you know, everybody told me not to buy this palette. Everybody said that I would hate it, and I don't hate it. I'm not entirely used to it, and there's just a wild learning curve on it. But I am, without a doubt, not hating it. Certainly not mad at it. Not the way some people hate it. And sometimes I think for things like that, people just like to bitch. And not everybody, obviously, not everybody that didn't like this palette is doing it just to join the chorus. I genuinely think that people didn't like this palette. But, it doesn't bother me. Alright, now I'm going to take this brush, which is my Sigma E45 small tapered blending brush. I'm going to go into this color right here. That's called All Star. And I'm going to just tap just a little bit onto the brush. And I mean, I barely touched it. And look at how much color picked up. So I'm going to shake the heck out of it. And I'm just going to do the outer V of my eye. And then we're going to get into adding some serious glitter. After I get this the way I want it. Alright, now that we've got that taken care of, and you can see that the base is pretty much down there. Real quick, I'm going to go in, and I didn't pull the right brush. And I'm going to get my brow bone taken care of. And then we'll go ahead and we will apply some glitter. Just find my brush that I use for these sort of things. That's one of them. Lord knows what I have done with this thing. And then I also got to get my lower lash line taken care of as well. And also I'm not going to do, there it is, I'm not going to do any kind of contouring today just because I'm wildly bad at it and I don't want to work on it today. Alright, now that that's all done, I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab my Peachy Mattes palette and I'm going to go in with this color up in this corner with this brush, which is my Sigma E32, and I'm going to put in this peach meringue color into my brow bone. So there you go on that. And now it's time for everybody's favorite part, some serious glitter. And I think I have two different white glitters that I want to play with. I have, and they're both MAC. One that reflects gold and one that is a transparent teal. I don't know, you can kind of see. This one's the gold one. And this one is the one that's kind of an iridescent teal color. So, I'm kind of feeling the teal color. Yes, glitter. Of course glitter. It is New Year's Eve. Last year, I did an incredible glitter cut crease. It was gorgeous. And then I fell asleep on the couch promptly after. And I woke up at exactly the time that Mariah Carey was murdering her number. And it was just, I don't know how I got so blessed to wake up at that time to see her do that live, but it was amazing. And I felt super fortunate to get to watch her do that horrible, horrible New Year's Eve thing last year. It was the best. All right, so let's glitter this shit up. So first we're gonna go in with my NYX glitter primer. I'm gonna put just a tiny touch onto my ring finger, and I'm just gonna tap it. I'm not gonna cut this crease out too crazy because I have a toddler who's waking up in the next room and I don't want to go too wild with it. And now that I have that, we're gonna go in with this teal glitter, and I'm just gonna pour some into the lid, and I am going to get my little knockoff brush, and I'm going to put some on there and just start packing it on. And I do have some fallout, of course, but I don't care because it's New Year's Eve, so fallout all over the place if you want to. I may wind up darkening that outer V a little more. I would have done this for Christmas, but I had pink eye. I didn't think that glitter and pink eye mixed too well. All right, now that I have that down, I am going to go into my inner corner with my Kat Von D Alchemist palette. I'm going to use this color called Sapphire. I'm going to put just a little bit on this tiny brush. I'm going to hit my inner corner with it. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to darken that outer V though, 'cause that would be really cute, I think. And see, this is the thing. I wind up going all over the place. I never stick with just one palette. I always try to, and it just never works. So I'm going to go in, and I am going to use this color called Santa's Helper. That is like a glittery black. Why not? You only live once. We're just going to darken up that outer V. And then we're going to smoke out our bottom lash line a little bit. And then for shits and grins, we're going to go in to the very highest point of my brow bone, right there. And we're going to put some of that Alchemist in there. Make that shit shine. Why not? Because again, you only live once. So. There you go. That's good. Let me get my brush for the lower lash line. We'll use a little angled brush to get in there, and then I'll blend, blend, blend. You know, feel free to share this video with your Facebook friends or Twitter or whatever. I'd love some new faces. Yes, yes, I am a fan of that. So this time I'm just going to go ahead and just do the outer V on this one, since I've already started that on the other side. more glitter primer on the lid. Yes. Oh, yes. I like how everybody in the makeup community just generally feels the same about glitter. I am so happy with that because I really think glitter is amazing. And I really hate when people tell somebody who's older that they shouldn't wear glitter. Like, well, where is that written? How is that okay? If she wants to wear glitter, let her wear glitter. By all means, if she's older, she's earned it. Earned the right to wear whatever the hell she wants on her pretty little face. Force that glitter back in. There's a healthy dose of glitter over everything in our apartment. It's hysterical. And really, it's just all over the house right now. And then, again, I'm going to go in with my Alchemist in my inner corner. So that kind of brightened that up a little bit. And then I just need to tap it on the brow bone. There it is. So I'm going to clean up my eyeshadow brushes right quick. And then we'll move on to some highlighter. So I have a healthy amount of highlighters and I love them all. So I kind of need help. I'm going to pick out a couple. And I usually wind up using two or three highlighters per look. And I kind of gradiate them in so they concentrate about there. So the lightest stuff will go right here. Oh, that's funny. 4 kids and 2 girls and glitter everywhere. Well, yeah, it would be that way. I'll show you. I craft on the side just for fun. Nothing too serious. And I do some fun stuff. Real quick, let me get my brushes out. I'm missing my favorite brush for highlighting. I don't know why this stuff always needs to move around. There it is. Not enough glitter in the world to make me happy. Really. But let me show you some of this stuff. Because it's just right off camera. Give me a sec. I have a big old basket of it. But I make these things called Decoden. Which makes typical stuff look like it's covered in whipped cream. Here's a good one. So like that. And I think they're just a blast. But it looks like it's covered in whipped cream, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's so much glitter on this thing. So that one, another phone case right here. Or, ooh, boy. Cute little jars. But generally, like, I have holographic glitter right here. Oh, here's one I like. Contact cases, because why not? But I keep meaning, I have a light box for these things, and I keep meaning to put them up on Etsy. so they can get out of my living room, but I never quite wind up getting around to it. So there is that. Alright. So let's pick some highlighters. I think that would be fun. And then I gotta wrap this up and go get dressed and go to my parents' house. Let's see what we have here for highlighters. So it's not traditionally a highlighter, but it's the Tarte Chrome Paints in Top Yacht. And if you haven't seen this stuff, here, let me get some on my finger. It's a little hard to get out with your finger when you have got nails, but it looks like that. It swatches like that. And I don't have any primer on my hands or any kind of the Fix Plus that I like to use when I use highlighters, but that one generally I'll drop right there, and it's just fantastic. Or I could use my Becca, which is Lilac Geode, which clearly I don't like at all. Or what else? We could, if we're interested, use the Farsali Jelly Bean, or the Diamond Dust by Laura Geller, or my personal favorite, my dual finish highlighter from Lancome that looks like that, and we'll use the other hand to show you. It looks like that on the finger, and it's pretty pale, but you can see. You can also see that I'm covered in glitter. Like, that's a bad problem to have. But I don't know. What do we think on highlighters? And look at my face ready for highlighters. Well, you think. I just spray the apples of my cheeks, my nose, my forehead, my chin with the MAC Fix Plus spray. So what do we think? You think we should go in with the Lancome and follow it up with the Tarte? That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. So I'm going to take my little Wet n Wild puffy brush. I'm going to spray that guy with some Fix Plus spray and shake it off. We're going to go into that. Tap off anything crazy. Alright. So. And now, mind you, I didn't set up my ring light today. So it is, if you can open that again, since I figured out that I just had the, there we go. That's good. We'll do the same on the other side. And the color that I use in the Lancome one is called Shimmering Buff. And I love this highlighter. It's just got great, great payoff. So there's that. Dust it a little bit on the forehead. Dust it a little bit on the chin. So you can see we've got some really nice shine from that. And I'm going to knock some of that glitter off. And then I'm going to go through with a kind of a fluffier brush. Also from my Wet n Wild set. And I'm just going to kind of put that in there. And normally I would do my Cupid's bow, but I've been avoiding it because of the remnants of this cold sore. And then we're going to swirl this brush, get right on the nose, the tip of the nose, and then skip this part and then go up here and just get the top of the bridge. So that's the first bit. And I kind of do things a little backwards with my highlighter and my blush. I highlight first and then I do the blush. And then I spray this other Wet n Wild brush, the one that I just used on my nose, and I'm going to put it in my chrome paint. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get it right in the outside, right by where my cheekbones are the highest. So that's, and then for blush, I think we're just going to go with Old Faithful because it's just such a darn good blush color. I'm just putting in some of my clutter away because I'm being particularly messy today. And I feel remiss because I even skipped my Jeffree Star highlighters today. What is wrong with me? Alright, so for blush, we're going to use, see, I agree. I feel like putting in your blush after your highlighter just really makes a great blend. And how about that for a highlight? Right there. Look at that. That's okay. We're good with that. And I'm using a blush brush from It Cosmetics. All right. There we go. That looks good. Now I have cheeks, which is a major plus and not so pallid and scary. I'm just gonna blend these together real quick in the forehead for sure. Then I'm gonna spray my face down and I'm going to let that dry. I'm not gonna be as extra as I usually am. I'm gonna go ahead with my hangover spray from Too Faced because I'm all out of my mattifying spray from Too Faced. I finally used it all up. I'm going to shake the heck out of it and get my face good and wet and then let it dry because I can't quite get to my fan. And I hadn't seen Peter Mon ever before when I did my fan, but this is for Peter because he's awesome and hysterical. But I do that just to quickly dry the setting spray. And it's extra as hell, and I don't care because it's just, it works and my makeup sits on my face so great. So next is eyeliner and then mascara and brow gel, which I'll do first. So I use the Anastasia brow gel, and I'm gonna quickly go over it all like this to get those hairs up. There we go. So brows in place. And then eyeliner and mascara, and I use the NYX Epic Ink liner. I like it better because it's got a brush tip. I do not like sponge tip applicators. I stink at them. So This is the first time I am ever doing liner with people watching. So there you go. There's one wing. And God save me, we're going to try to do two. And then I've got to get my bag of lipsticks. So not twins, but definitely sisters. You can tell they're related. And thank God for that. And then, honest to God, it's the most harrowing part of my entire routine is doing my mascara. Mostly because I have that habit of stabbing myself in the eye and then running my makeup after all the work I've done. And that's super fun. So, and I've mentioned it about every time you guys see me use mascara, but I don't buy mascara. I use premium samples of mascara because what I've learned is, according to this one expires in 6 months, and hold on. And this one expires in 6 months, and this one will dry out when this one dries out. So I'd rather just use them. But just to, you know, prove a point here on why I don't buy mascara. And I used to buy mascara. I used to have a favorite mascara, and I used to buy it religiously. These are all mascaras I've gotten for free. I'm not inclined to spend money on them, and I don't open them until I'm ready to use them, and I only use one at a time. So right now we're using the Clinique High Impact that I got from, I don't know, Sephora maybe? And I think I actually used it as a 100-point reward because at that time I was out of mascara. And then I got like half a dozen samples in around the same time. I was like, well, forget it. I'll use what I've got. And if I ever run out, then I'll buy mascara. I'm also not inclined to buy prestige brand mascara either, because a lot of times the drugstore brands are better. I like NYX, I like e.l.f., and I don't need to spend $30 on mascara, I think, considering I'm not a makeup artist and I don't feel a difference on my eyes. So I'm not going to do it for me. If you do it because it works for you and you see a difference and you feel better, then do it. By God, yes. But if you are like me, and you don't see a particular difference across the board no matter what you use on your eyes, and just use whatever you got. Before we pick lipstick, I'm going to really quick outline my lips with concealer. I'm going to use this little double-ended brush that I was using before since it's already dirty. I've got some Shape Tape, and I'm going to go through and quickly line my lips. Then I'll go and disinfect the brushes, because anything I use a cream on anyway gets disinfected every single day, because I don't want bacteria to form on anything that's got cream, because I feel like it's more inclined to do so than it would on the powders. Okay. So here's the bag of lip product, and not the stuff I usually keep in my purse, but the stuff I usually keep in my purse is there, and fantastic. Hey Celtic, how are you? Alright, lipstick. So I've got 500,000 things to choose from, and I need to know what we think. Should I be going kind of a bold color or more of a neutral tone? What do you guys think? Bold or neutral? My daughter is cooing in the other room. That was adorable. So I'm going to pick out a little bit of each. Okay. Celtic votes bold. So let's see what I've got for bold. Okay. So I have my ColourPop My Little Pony gloss in Ponyland that looks like that. I have this NYX liquid lip. It's soft matte in Copenhagen. Looks like that. And let it be known that since I do have a cold sore, I will apply this with a lip brush to keep it from spreading the bacteria into the tube. If I use a regular lipstick, hi Mom, how are you? We're getting ready to go and get Livy up in a minute. And then I have this Makeup Forever one in a red called Moulin Rouge, and it looks like that. I have this Bite sample in a thing I can't read, but it's kind of a berry fuchsia color, and it's more of a gloss, and it looks like that. Or I have this, which is unlike anything I usually wear, which is going to be right here. So, any opinions on the lipstick? Or shall I just do what I do? Meanwhile, I'm going to find a lip brush while you're thinking. You like the middle. This one? I've pretty much let this whole look, minus the glitter Celtic, be kind of picked by whomever's watching. All right. So, Copenhagen wins. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to put it onto my palette. Well, I think you both voted for it. So let's go ahead, just on the, yeah, it's a good color. I love that color. So, oh, okay. How are you, Elena? Now that I know what you are on here. So now I'm going to take a little bit off of my palette with my lip brush to and that is a toddler waking up. And her dad's in there with her. I got some. So, yeah, I like it. That's good. That was a good choice. So that was this one by NYX called Copenhagen. Which is just not wanting to focus at all. But, so, there you go. Some fun New Year's Eve makeup. That was a lot of fun and kind of an impromptu get ready with me because I haven't put anything up in 2 weeks and I felt like a horrible person and very neglectful to my channel. If you liked everything you watched and you're not already, please subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the bell button as well so you get notifications anytime I'm live or when I publish a video. Oh, thanks, Mom. I did it yesterday. I got sick of the gray and I thought some chestnut brown would be pretty. It's definitely gonna fade out, but yeah, I am a fan of the dark brown. It's just gonna be easier to maintain after I have my surgery. Thank you. I'm glad you think it's pretty. I like it too. Make sure you also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Same way my name is here, BMAC_TN. I hope you guys have a very, very happy New Year. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This was a lot of fun, and I will see you guys again soon. Have a good night. Bye.